Ladies and gentlemen, there are rape allegations against George Foreman from the 1970s. Now, just a few weeks ago, they were complaining about Carolyn Bryan's age and, oh, it was no new evidence. It was a long time ago. Oh, and they put a grand jury together just to make sure the warrant couldn't be served, right? Where's the grand jury for George Foreman? And we know there was not one for Bill Cosby, but they were willing to go above and beyond to put a grand jury together to stop the arrest of Carolyn Bryan. Never forget that. But these black men that are seniors and these allegations from 40, 50, 60 years ago, oh, it's okay to pursue that. Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. There's no reason why you can't go after George Foreman, right? The double standards are deafening. But let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into this story. So George Foreman is accused by two women of sexual abuse back in the 70s. So he is currently 73 years old, and he's calling the allegations false and baseless. And if you remember in the Cosby case, there was no evidence. See, that's the claim they're making about Carolyn Bryan. There's no new evidence. There was no new evidence when it came down to Bill Cosby. You took the word of those women. They didn't provide any proof. They didn't show any DNA evidence. They didn't prove what they were saying was true. You took their word for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just unbelievable. But it's good in a way because you can call out their hypocrisy. Two women who accused the American former heavyweight boxing champion George Floyd of sexually abusing them in the 1970s have filed lawsuits in a Los Angeles court. Now, they filed this lawsuit because they saw what happened in the Cosby case. Trust me, that's why they did it. Foreman, 73, has denied the allegations since they first came public last month, and spokespeople referred questions about the lawsuit to his earlier statement. The women filed separate lawsuits under, so let's see, they used the name Gwen H. and Denise F. in Los Angeles County Superior Court on Wednesday. Both women are now in their early 60s. Say they first met Foreman as children because their fathers were boxing associates of Foreman's. Denise, a Los Angeles resident, accused Foreman of grooming her when she was 8 years old and having sex with her when she was 15. In one instance, in a San Francisco hotel room, her lawsuit says 1970s, and this is 2022. It took all this time to file the suit. Okay. Gwen, a Nevada resident, said she first met Foreman when she was 9 and accused him of sexually abusing and raping her when she was 15 and 16 years old, including at an apartment in Beverly Hills. She said Foreman told her father would lose his job as a boxing advisor if she didn't comply. Foreman called the allegations false and baseless. So, over the past 6 months, the two women have been trying to extort millions of dollars each from me and my family. This is what George Foreman is saying in a statement. I don't pick fights, but I don't run away from them either. Foreman is referred to as DOE, one in lawsuits, but described in them as the professional boxer who defeated Joe Frazier in 1973. I met him. I met Joe Frazier. This was years ago when he was still alive. To become the heavyweight champion of the world before losing the title to Muhammad Ali in 1974. Foreman has since become a well known, we know he's a big time entrepreneur and have been for many, many years. And if memory serves me correct, with him selling those George Foreman grills and other projects that he was involved in, he earned like $300 million. I mean, George Foreman is loaded. I almost said George Floyd. So anyway, Foreman, we know, is a well-known entrepreneur of electric grilling machines that bears his name. The lawsuits were filed as a result of a California law that went into effect in 2020 that temporarily waives the statute of limitation that had prevented victims of childhood sexual abuse from filing civil lawsuits. So both women are seeking a jury trial to be awarded an unspecified amount in damages. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? I have misgivings about it, only because it's just amazing how they'll go after an elderly black man, but an elderly white woman that caused the death of a child. You're talking about, okay, he abused a child. She took part in murdering a child, but that should be overlooked. And let's continue to go after these elderly black men because that's what it looks like to me, you know? And he said that these two women have been trying to extort millions of dollars from him and his family for years. So you'll have to tell me what you think in the comment section, but it just seems like there's no statute of limitations or no grand juries being put together to keep these women from decades ago from going after a black man, but they sure threw that grand jury together in like a week to save Carolyn Bryan from being snatched up and arrested. I mean, the double standards in America are endless and always will be, y'all. There's a reason. And I did a video, y'all. You may remember in July how they said it's going to be a hard winter. Maybe there is a reason that judgment is upon America as we speak. It's going to be a very interesting fall and winter for real. But I don't know. I just feel like, it's amazing how these women are cropping up now. Why did you let so many decades go by? Even if you didn't want to initially say anything. I understand 15 and 16. Yeah, you're not even of age, but you were probably of age, what, for what, 4 decades? And it took all this time for you to say something. And like I said, they watched the Cosby case, y'all. That's what happened. But please tell me what you think. I think people should get justice. And if you're going to punish these two elderly men, there ain't no reason why Carolyn Bryan shouldn't be punished. Okay? You sure don't worry about not punishing these Nazis you're still running after. You're still running after them, and they're 90 and 100 years old. But you got all kinds of excuses for her, right? Please leave your comment and subscribe. don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.